Good evening, students. Now we'll continue with a problem on time cost trade-off. So this is your recording 2. So to begin with, we will just review what we have learned under direct cost, its details. Okay. So we have seen that direct cost has 4 parameters: normal time, normal cost, crash time, and crash cost. So these are the 4 values that is seen in this graph, and of course the cost flow. Now, so that cost loop data is given here. Now we'll take a problem in time cost trade-off. So here is a simple problem which tells crash the project to its bare minimum value and determine the optimum time and minimum cost relationship for the project. Assume the indirect cost to vary at rupees 1550 per day. As can be seen here, indirect cost is assumed to be taken as 1550 per day. So I told you that indirect cost is always a fixed amount per day, irrespective of activities in the project. This is for the overall project. And here four activities of the project are given, and their normal time, normal cost, crash time, and crash cost data are given. So in a problem, these 5 parameters will have to be given to you to proceed with the problem. Now I'll just read out. Activity 1-2 has got a normal time of 5 days and the normal cost of the activity is 10,000 rupees. And the crash time of that activity is 1 day, meaning that from 5 days, I can reduce it to 1 day. That means 4 days of crashing is available for this activity. And the crash cost associated with that crashing process is 15,000 rupees. Similarly, activity 1-2-1-3 has a normal time of 4 days. Normal cost is 8,500. The crash time is 2 days. That means 2 days of crashing is possible for this activity. And the crash cost is 10,000. 2-3 has 3 days of normal time. 15,200 rupees as the normal cost. Crash time is 1 day. 2 days of crashing is possible. And the crash cost is 18,000 rupees. 3-4 is 4 days. The normal cost is 12,000 rupees. Crash time is 1 day. That means 3 days of crashing is possible. And the crash cost is 18,000 rupees. Now, to start with, what we do is we find out what is the normal cost of completion of the entire project. So normal cost of completion will be summing up of the individual activities, their normal direct cost. So if I sum up all these 4 values, I'm able to get 45,700 rupees. 45,700 is the normal cost of completion of the project. Now to find out what is the normal time, I conduct the CPM analysis for the project using this activity relationship and the normal time values. So this is the simple chart which shows the CPM analysis conducted. Now see here, from the CPM analysis, we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4 as the critical path, and activity 1, 3 is non-critical with a float of 4 days. Okay. Now this CPM analysis, why we are following this, we are going to use square network, and that is why we are using CPM analysis for the project, or the activity oriented network analysis. Now I have drawn the square network for the project over here. As you can see, this is your critical path 1, 2, 3, 4, which doesn't have any float, and activity 1, 3 has got a float of 4 days and a total float of 4 days, and the duration is 4 days. Okay, so what I've done here in this square network is I have also incorporated the crash time values against the normal time. So you see here, activity 1, 2 is got 5 days normal time, its crash time is 1 day. So I've written it adjacent to it. So 5 days is the normal time, 1 day is the crash time within bracket with a different color I used for all the 4 activities. Okay. Now what do we do is in stage 1, the project is taking a normal time of completion of 12 days and the associated normal direct cost is 45,700 rupees. Alright. So what do we do is that is the initial data. Okay. Now to start with the crashing process. That means we are going to reduce the time of completion of the project from the normal time. What we have to do is we have to identify which critical activity, because by crashing a critical activity only we can bring about the reduction in the project duration. So which of the three critical activities has to be crashed first, so that there is a minimum increase in cost. Because in the normal cost, if you see, direct cost, if you see, as the normal time keeps reducing, there is going to be increase in cost. So we can find out what is the increase in direct cost. The increase should be as minimum as possible. So which critical activity has it crashed first will bring about a minimum increase in cost. So to identify that, we are finding out what is this cost slope value. So I've calculated the cost slope for all the four activities, but I'm marking which are the critical first. Okay. So 1, 2, 2, 3, and 3, 4 are three critical activities with their cost slope values shown here. Now, if you see all the three critical activities, activity 1, 2 has got the smallest cost slope. So this has to be crashed first. Okay. So I've written here what is the project duration, initial project duration, normal time, which is 12 days, and the associated normal direct cost is 45,500, 700 rupees. That has been shown here. Now to start with the crashing process, we are identifying what is the activity with the smallest crash slope, cost slope. So activity 1, 2 has to be crashed first. Now here, one important point has to be noted. What has to be done is, as an activity or a critical path is being crashed, a non-critical path can become critical in that process. So once a non-critical path becomes critical in that process, we have to go for combination of activities along the two parallel paths. They have to be retained. The parallel paths have to be retained as critical till the end of the crashing process. So that is one point we have to keep in mind. Okay. So we'll go to the next step. So activity 1, 2 is going to be crash first. So three critical are there, of which activity 1, 2 has got the smallest cost flow. So I'm going to crash 1, 2. Now, how many days of crashing are available in activity 1, 2? 4 days of crashing are available. Okay. So what will happen if I crash this activity by 4 days together throughout? There is going to be a reduction of 12 minus 4, which becomes 8. Now, in that process, can I do that? I have to look at a non-critical path, a parallel path. So parallel path, you can see that activity 1, 3 is non-critical, which is parallel to this activity, and it has got a total float of 4 days. So this 4 days of crashing will allow consumption of this 4 days of total float along this non-critical path. So there is going no harm in crashing activity 1, 2 throughout by 4 days, at one stroke by 4 days. Okay, so that is what we are doing here. So activity 1, 2 is having the smallest cost slope of 1250 per day. Therefore, crashing activity 1, 2 by 4 days fully, since the parallel non-critical path is having a total float of 4 days. So here there is a note, important note. When there are parallel paths and when a critical activity is being crashed, non-critical activities can become critical in that process. So hence one has to be cautious and should see what are the parallel paths as well. So similarly, we have seen that, and we have seen that it is safe to go for crashing activity 1, 2 throughout at one stroke by 4 days, because there is a parallel non-critical activity which has got 4 days total float. Now, if activity 1, 3 had got only 3 days total float, we would have gone for crashing 1, 3 by 1, 2 by 3 days only first. Okay. Because in that process, within 3 days itself, this 1, 3 would have become critical. Are you able to follow? So therefore here, now, since it has got 4 days of total float, we are crashing it uh, with crashing it by 4 days itself through it. So 1, 2 is crashed by 4 days, and therefore, for each crashing, what will happen? We have to use an extra cost. We'll have to find out what is the extra cost of crashing. Okay, involved in this crashing process. So E cost here stands for extra cost. Extra cost is found out as cost slope multiplied by number of days of crashing. Now, what is the unit of cost slope? Cost slope is delta C by delta T, which is so many rupees per day. Multiplied by number of days will give you the value in rupees. So that is what we are doing here. So we have crashed activity 1, 2 by 4 days, and therefore I am taking cost slope of 1, 2 multiplied by number of days of crashing 1, 2. So we have got the cost slope of 1, 2 as 1250 multiplied by 4 days, which is 5,000 rupees. So therefore the direct cost now. So this is the extra cost incurred by crashing activity 1, 2 by 4 days. So now the project duration has become 8 days. So what is going to happen to the direct cost? So direct cost for 12 minus 4, 8 days is equal to direct cost for 12 days of completion of the project plus extra cost of crashing the activity 1, 2 by 4 days. So which is making up to 50,700 rupees. Okay. Now we'll go to the next stage. Update the square network based on stage 1. We have to each time go and update this square network. Okay. So what is done now? 1, 2 has completely consumed all its crash time available or all its crashing possibility, whereas the other paths are having some crashing possibilities. Now look at this path. It is 1 plus 3 plus 4, 8 days along this path, and similarly this parallel path has also become critical. So 1, 3, 4 as critical. So we have two paths basically 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 3, 4 as has been shown here. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 3, 4 are the parallel paths, of which 1, 2 activity has consumed all its uh, crashing possibility. Okay. So we'll stop here.